Welcome back. So next we're going to begin actually working on an image in Photoshop. We're going to start by retouching the eyes and then we will retouch the mouth. So let's get started. First I am going to scroll down, select my image. This is a JPEG, so I'm going to double click on it and it should open in Photoshop. Now this image I'm going to zoom in, so I'm going to hit my Command plus. That'll take me in close on her face, and I am going to begin retouching her eyes. Now she's got beautiful eyes and I want to just make them pop just a little bit more. We're going to get rid of some of these red veins that you see in her eyes. We're going to give the color just a little bit of pop. We're going to darken her pupils, brighten the catch lights, and that's step one. Alright, so let's begin with clearing out some of the red veins we see in her eyes here. I am going to do that by grabbing my clone brush, so selecting the clone stamp. Alright, so I'm going to use my clone stamp, select a part that does not have that, paint out those veins. I'm going to first reduce my opacity down. Okay, there we go. And I am just continuously selecting and replacing the content. And we'll see all of those little bitty spider veins in the eyes start disappearing. And you have to be careful to make sure that you do a good job and that you're continuously reselecting the area that you want to clone with, because if you use the same area and you move around a lot, then it is going to add areas that you don't want. Okay, I'm going to look at the other eye over here, do the same thing. Now you'll see me doing it multiple times. That's because I'm at a reduced opacity. I'm only at 20% or so. Alright, so I'm going to continue to paint those out, reduce those, and select some of this area over here, add it to the other side over here, paint those all the way out. Now we don't want to remove them completely, we just want to reduce them, because if we remove them completely then she begins to look somewhat fake. Undo if you don't like what you've done, you can just hit undo, which is Command Z. Okay, so that looks a lot better. I'm going to clean up this red part over here in the corner of this one eye. It just looks very bloodshot. And I just have a nice soft brush selected. Alright, let me go clean up this corner part here. Alright, and I can go in my history panel, I can scroll up and I can select my beginning and then come down, select the end, and we can see everything that was done before and after. Okay, another thing that I like to do, because sometimes you see a little bit of yellow in the eye, not just red but some yellow, I like to go in and I like to select my sponge tool, and I like to put my sponge tool on desaturate, and I want to put that down to about 35%, and I'm going to reduce that sponge brush size, and I'm actually painting in the eye here with that sponge brush, and you'll see that it's removing some of those colors, the reds and yellows that you see. We're getting a much brighter white, and I just do it a little bit. I don't want to overdo this, but that is also a good way to get the eyes brighter on the eye whites. Alright, so that's step one, brightening the whites of the eyes.